Welcome to another Way Day show, and today it's a Chelsea special. I've got three special guests, all Chelsea fans, of course. Introduce yourself first, Charlotte.
Charlotte, a Chelsea fan, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Charl_strong.
Prime.
Yeah, I'm Adams Prime. My Twitter, Adams Prime X. I've been destroying Arsenal fans all season, so if you guys want to send it back my way, if you beat us, I'll take it with a smile on my face. I don't mind.
No worries. Daniel.
Yep, my Twitter's the name I seen on screen, but if you want to see all my content, it's all at Eyes on the Ball TV.
Thank you. All right, so we're going to just jump straight in. Obviously, we're going to go from top to bottom. Charlotte, how long have you supported Chelsea? And obviously, people want to know why you support Chelsea, because what you told me yesterday, it doesn't make sense how you support Chelsea. So explain to us.
Okay, so I've been supporting Chelsea for 18 years. And I was introduced to like the football game at a young age. My mum and dad are both West Ham fans, and we were watching a West Ham Chelsea game, and I was really taken aback by the performance of the Chelsea squad. Obviously, West Ham weren't doing that well, but the Chelsea squad just took my eye. There were several players that I just enjoyed watching, and I wanted to learn more, and just looked into them, and then I decided that was the team I wanted to support, and that's the team I've always supported ever since.
Oh, thank you. Prime, same question.
I've been a Chelsea fan since birth. My dad's a Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's how I got into it. Watching it my whole life really, and fell in love. He basically taught me about the game. He taught me about offside and everything. He bought me my first boots, and I got into playing football.
Yeah.
I really looked up to the likes of Drogba and Lampard growing up, and so I've just been trying to carry it on, and especially the fact of he passed away this year, so football has been something that's really helped me, like going on the terrace or just meeting all of you guys. Has really helped me this year. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, totally understand, man. My dad passed away a few years ago, just before we won the first FA Cup for, what was it, 8 years or whatever, and it was against Hull City, and we was down 2-0, and I was just like, what's going on here, man? And then we won, ended up winning 3-2, and I could just remember, because he didn't get to see us win anything for a few years, so yeah, I just remember just crying in the stadium, man. It was one of the most emotional things. And yeah, once your dad gets you into football, man, it's something that you just can't let go, to be honest. Daniel.
My condolences to both. My condolences to both of you still, because I never knew that, and can't even imagine what you men have obviously been through. But it's good that football can bring us all together, to be honest.
Yeah.
No matter who we support. So yeah, man. But for me personally, it's the same as both of you. My dad got me into football, definitely. I mean, he's actually an Arsenal fan, which makes it even funnier. I was supposed to go down the same line. I loved Thierry Henry. I have no qualms about saying easily the best Premier League player to have played in the Premier League, easily. When people say Ronaldo to me, I say, nah, man, it's not the same. Henry hits differently. But for some reason, I didn't take to the Arsenal team as I should have, and Chelsea just caught my eye. I mean, I remember basically the game that got Abramovich to Chelsea. I think that's what pulled me in. I don't really know why, but I think that's what pulled me in. I just remember, and I'm young, I'm young these times, but I just remember the hysteria around, Chelsea have won this game, they qualify for the Champions League, the new owner comes in, do you get what I'm saying? And then obviously get the big bucks, and that's
the rest is history.
The rest is history. I've been a Chelsea fan basically since I was 4.
Yeah.
So it's been a while now. So it's been over 20 years easily.
Cool. Charlotte, what's your first Chelsea memory?
My first memory, Oh, it's probably, well, there's two. So I had the first one was Dennis Wise scoring that goal when he nutmegged the goalie. It was just beautiful. And my second was the most prominent was just watching Drogba play, because anything to do with Drogba was just beautiful. The way he played, the way he passed, the talent.
Prime.
My first memory, a footballing memory.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, no, my first footballing memory. I'll be honest. It has nothing to do with Chelsea.
Yeah.
It's to do with Arsenal and the Invincibles.
Mm-hmm.
Because my dad had a lot of friends that were Arsenal fans, and just during the Invincible era and stuff. So a lot of it was kind of like Henri.
Yeah.
My first footballing memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's just me being honest.
Daniel?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, my first footballing memory was definitely my dad celebrating the Invincibles. That obviously is very vague in my mind, but obviously I still remember it. He was happy, like he was jumping around the house. He still has that kit. He has the Vieira kit. And what's funny is that he even, Vieira always had that water or sweat.
Oh, yeah, the Vicks, yeah, the Vicks.
Whatever it was, my dad had that as well. Like he was a Vieira fan. But first Chelsea memory was definitely Mourinho. When Mourinho came, that's my first, like, I remember it scene by scene, like, because I have a lot of vague memories and parts of the old days, but scene by scene, Mourinho was definitely my first memory when he first came in, the first press conference, when he said he was the special one. I remember, obviously, we got him because he was obviously remembered more for the Porto, what he did against Man United at Old Trafford, and obviously winning the Champions League. And I just took to him straight away. If you ask any of my friends, they know me, like, no matter where he goes, Mourinho will always be the best manager to me personally, just because of what he did for Chelsea and everything. And when he comes back, it's always banter, man. It's always banter. But yeah, Mourinho is definitely my first Chelsea memory.
Yeah, my first memory was probably, I could remember, like you're saying, glimpses before, but my first proper memory was 1993. Arsenal won the FA Cup and the League Cup, and Ian Wright, man, he was Arsenal at the time. I know people say like Tony Adams, our greatest captain or whatever, is Mr. Arsenal, but I always thought
about Ian Wright. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah,
about Ian Wright, because he wasn't really around when I was watching football and stuff. But for me, I love Ian Wright because what he does now in terms of being a pundit and his personality and everything. I don't remember him, or I wasn't around that in the footballing days with him, but it's just what he is now as a person. And it's Uncle Wrighty, man.
Yeah, I don't think there's many people in football now that have his personality. So, like, he's definitely, to me, seems like a bit of a one-off. You've got people that like run banter, like Jimmy Bullard and their man on Soccer AM and that, but like the personality, the passion that Wrighty has.
We thought it was gonna be Michael Richards, but he's let us down.
Oh man, like just the last month or so, like I was like before the last month or so, I was singing this guy's praises, like this guy's, he's next up, like smiling, charisma, and then he dropped a little comment after the PSG. And then from then, and then yesterday's comments about Arsenal Fan TV and that, I was just like,
"You're so poor."
Man, it's lazy.
He was doing well.
He was
doing well. Then he Spurs there. It's embarrassing.
Like, you know what it is? Yeah, I think he doesn't know how to articulate himself. So he will have a point, and he will just go, but he goes mad with it. Like, instead of just saying, "Oh, this is a fact" or whatever. He's like, this is the point, like this is the answer, and it just makes him look silly, man.
It took Jamie Redknapp to tell him it's not AFTV, bro. Like,
and the thing is, I get what he's saying, but the players, I think there's players in the Arsenal team that are a bit moist, in it, like people like Bellerin and that. they might be affected by them things, innit? But like, really, they shouldn't be affected by that.
But
So
bro,
it's not the reason why we're losing, innit?
One, there's AFTV isn't the only fan channel in football.
Yeah.
Two, there was criticism way before we started
Before.
doing all these podcasts. So
Yeah.
you're telling me players didn't see it then? Like, it's just a cop-out excuse. And for Jamie to come in and say these players lack bottle, like, it's not about the criticism.
But the problem is this hasn't been going on for like just this season.
Exactly.
This has been going on for a while. It's just been covered up really well. Arteta hasn't been able to cover it up, and now it's coming out. So it's been going on for a long time. It's just that no one's addressed it, or it's been covered up really. You've had the money, like Wenger had the money backing to like cover it up. But I don't think Arteta has that. And unfortunately now it's all coming out, and the minute something comes out, everything comes out, and it all comes out in one go. And now you have this issue where everyone's realizing what problems you have, when people should have realized this a long time ago. Like, they were just being covered up.
100%. So let's get back
I
to your team.
that, but I think
Go on.
Yeah, no, it's a shame because what Richard was saying, I understand what he was trying to say.
Yeah, that's what I'd say.
It's a shame
I
that he couldn't
understand.
articulate it properly, because I think he was making a fair point.
He was, and I said that's the whole thing with him. He doesn't have to
the
articulate himself.
And I
He
get
doesn't have to
saying
do it.
AFTV is because it's not just Arsenal Fan TV. Everything exists, but because AFTV is the biggest that's out
Yeah,
there,
it's just because it's
and it
biggest,
is in relation to Arsenal.
I think they were the
shame.
original to make money off their team's misfortunes, because this Arsenal Fan TV doesn't make money if Arsenal are doing well, because no one watches it. No, it is.
It's hard to say that.
I only knew about Arsenal Fan TV, because people were saying, "Oh, look at these guys."
Like that.
No, this is your team and that, but they're fans.
But
so
really and truly, deep it though, think about it like this: if it's I don't think there's anything wrong when these are, and we're not saying these rants are passionate rants, like they're about their team. Like, just because you handle it differently to another another man's way of reacting to his team losing is like, fam, I'm gonna go mad, like I'm gonna go crazy. And they're recording it, they're deep in that, they're getting traction off of it. They're just doing it because
obviously you can't be mad at them, because
like
everybody's got to make money at the end of the day, innit? So that's their unique selling point. That's the way they make their money, innit? So let them run with it. The players have just got to do better, innit? It's that simple.
Yeah.
All right. So he's probably, oh no, Claudio Ranieri. Was he? Does he deserve more recognition for what he done at Chelsea and the players that he brought in? Because I feel like Mourinho got a lot of what Ranieri brought in. Obviously, Mourinho done what Ranieri couldn't do. So what are your thoughts on Ranieri?
I mean, I don't particularly have the best. I mean, he's the reason Dennis Wise left the club. Like, I mean, I have an issue with that. Like, Dennis Wise has got a special place in my heart. Like, and he got rid of him. Like, and I think a lot of Chelsea fans had issue with that at that time. Like, he did come in, and yes, he brought in some good players. I mean, he's controversial. Like, he does deserve more credit, because I feel like Mourinho took most of it just because he came in. Like. But I feel like he did deserve credit. Like, he really did. Like, I don't think it was given to him. And I feel like it was he was dragged through the mud a little bit. But I feel like he should have definitely had more credit for what he did, even though he did get rid of Dennis Wise. And he didn't do a bad job at Chelsea. It wasn't like an absolute bottle job. He just couldn't.
How long did he have? 2 seasons? Three.
And he just couldn't finish it. That's the problem. He got us close enough. He just couldn't finish the job. Unfortunately, Mourinho could.
But I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We have this thing.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
Oh no, I know. But we have this thing in football where you have to come in, and if you're not winning the Premier League or a Champions League, you're a failure. But I don't see it that way. So sometimes we all have a roles to play in life, and for Ranieri, his job was to kind of have this reboot and build us up, because that made Jose's job easier to come in and
Yeah.
instill the winning mentality that we now have to this day. Like for me,
Yeah.
I kind of look at it, but what Frank's trying to do as well, have this sort of reboot and take us forward to as much as we can, to when we can then bring in the winner to bring back that mentality. Now, is Frank going to be the guy to do it? I don't know, but he probably could be. Given, let's see what he does over the next season or two. But
Yeah.
doing that is so underrated. Like at United as well, I think Ollie is also doing that same job, having a cultural reboot at Man United. Arteta is also supposed to be doing that job at Arsenal as well, but it's just not working out. to the same
You know
extent, but
you know
he's
what the
not paying
problem.
back, so.
Yeah, because you made two valid points there. You know what I think the difference is that Lampard and Ole were part of winning teams. They were part of winning teams, so they have that in them. Arteta wasn't part of a winning team. He was just part of a half decent team in it. Like at Arsenal, what did he win? An FA Cup. So he's not really a winner. He only got that sort of winning thing from Man City, but it's not the same level, is it? Like the players are not the same, the setup's not the same. Daniel, what do you think of Ranieri when he was at Chelsea?
Even to that point, though, I think it's a tough one because at the end of the day, if you look at managers historically, though, how many managers actually had great club, as in playing their records? Do you get what I'm saying? It's only recently we've seen the Zidanes and who else was a good player and is also being a good manager now. But yeah, Zidane's the one who comes to mind straight away anyway. But yeah, so like I think it's hard on Arteta. I think he can be a successful manager, but Arsenal is just a totally different situation, isn't it? Like I think any manager would struggle to try and turn the fortunes of Arsenal. Yeah. So yeah. But in terms of Ranieri, I think he has enough credit. I think if I'm honest, when he came in, I believe Chelsea finished 6th again. And then he had the season where Abramovich came in. Obviously, he gets credit for allowing Abramovich to come in because Abramovich would have gone to Tottenham. But he gets the credit for Chelsea getting into the Champions League that year because they were struggling. I think it was 01-02, struggling in terms of the financial situation. And then he got like huge backing. And what's funny is that during that season, his job was on the line for the whole season. Like I remember Chelsea, Abramovich met with Sven-Göran Eriksson and they had a lot of meetings together and there was rumors that he was going to take over from Ranieri and stuff like that. So Ranieri did well in terms of the circumstances, but in terms of the output of the season, we just fell short. So we finished second that year to Man United, if I'm not mistaken, or Arsenal.
Oh, finished second to us.
Yeah, I think it was to Arsenal. Yeah. And then we lost to Monaco in the semi-finals of the Champions League, which I think was, yeah, we knocked Arsenal out in the Champions League. But I think that was a big thing for Abramovich because we were kind of expected to beat Monaco. Do you get what I'm saying?
That was the year to win it as well because it would have been
Porto Chelsea final.
Porto Chelsea, yeah,
which
would have been interesting, isn't
it? yeah. So I think he gets more than enough credit for what happened, and he pretty much identified the guys that Mourinho then went on to sign. So he gets more than enough credit. I think you can't give him too much because at the end of the day, it was Mourinho who done the job. Yeah, but he gets enough. He gets enough.
Logically, we move on to Mourinho. Charlotte, is he the greatest manager ever in football? Is he the greatest manager in Premiership history? Where do you rank him?
I mean, I'm not saying he's the best of all time, like in all managerial careers. He's not. There are better managers. That's just a fact. What he did at Chelsea was amazing. How he turned that team around was amazing. What he turned that team into was the best part of Chelsea. Like that team was a dangerous team and you didn't want to mess with them. Like, and that's the Chelsea that we all know is that dangerous squad that like attacks, gets goals and doesn't lose. Like, I feel like he should get the credit for being a decent, really good manager, but I'd say he's lower world class if we're going to discuss this. Like there are better managers. So like he's like world class is at the top and then he's like in the middle. Like I think there's a couple of managers. I think there's a couple of managers above him, you know.
Guy in prime, you're not happy. Daniel,
no, Charlotte,
prime
no.
first.
We're talking about Premier League. We're talking about Premier League. He is the second
Facts.
greatest manager in the Premier League era.
Fair
Easily.
enough.
If we're talking about in world football, and look, I can't talk about anything before my lifetime, but in my lifetime, the greatest managers have been Sir Alex, Jose, Ancelotti, Van Gaal, Guardiola. I put Wenger in there just because, upon reflection, what he did in the latter stages with Arsenal is extremely underrated. Because when you look at what Arsenal have been doing,
I say this: his latter stages of Arsenal was probably better than him actually winning trophies, because like times are different. But with Wenger, he didn't really. I say this all the time. He's not really a tactician. Like what he gives players is just belief to be themselves and go out and do their thing. When he first came, he had the basis. The basis of winning any league is your defense. He had that all there already. So he only needed to add bits. He didn't even sign Bergkamp. He didn't sign Ian Wright. Like he got in Anelka, got in Vieira, got in Petit, but the rest of the team was already there. So it's a bit like the Ranieri and Mourinho thing. He just built on what was already there, and obviously he deserves credit for that. But yeah, the names you named there.
But it's the reason why I don't put him in that same bracket, because he didn't win a European trophy.
Yeah, fair enough. Daniel?
I can't put him in with Wenger, with Ancelotti, Van Gaal.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Daniel?
Yeah, I mean, for me, look, Mourinho is the second greatest manager of all time in my lifetime, innit? And the reason why I say that is because when I just look at what he's done, it's a bit like if you want to compare Sir Alex and Mourinho, it's a bit like the Messi Ronaldo debate. Obviously, it's a bit different, but it's a bit no. In terms of the two greatest, one stayed at the club. Obviously, you can't compare because Sir Alex stayed at Man United for so long, and I think you'll struggle to even make an argument to put Mourinho over Alex Ferguson, because Sir Alex basically put Man United on his back and transformed that whole club, and then overturned the Premier League or Division 1 title record over Liverpool, which would like basically took a lifetime. Do you get what I'm saying? And he did it. So you have to put some respect on his name. He won 2 Champions Leagues as well. But if you look at Mourinho, won a Champions League with Porto that he had no business winning at the time. That's what put his name on the map. Obviously, he did his thing at Porto, came to Chelsea. He said he was the special one. He said he was going to do big things. Won back-to-back leagues for Chelsea. At the time, before the Man City Centurions, we had the goals record, and we still have a record I don't think any team will beat in the history of the Premier League, and that is the amount of goals conceded in a season. I think it was 15, if I'm not mistaken, guys. 15 goals in a season. And 7 of them were penalties. You just have to deep that. Like 7 of them were penalties. Like, so that's a record I don't think will ever go away. And then you look at what he did after he went to Inter Milan. That Inter Milan team is one of the most underrated teams as well, because he won the treble with that Inter Milan team. The Schneider, the Milito, Eto'o, Dejan Stankovic. He built a base, like a solid team, defensively and going forward. That's when Schneider had the best season of his career.
I always say that. I don't think his best achievements have come at Chelsea. I don't
think so either. I don't think so either. And that says something though, because what he did at Chelsea, he put us on the map. He basically put us in contention with the Man United. In my opinion, we've overtaken Arsenal in the Premier League era, of course, because of what we've been able to do and what Arsenal.
You've won more premierships, haven't you? So
exactly. And then on top of that, you look what he did for Real Madrid is also underrated, because that Pep team is probably one of the best teams we've seen in the history of football. Mm-hmm. And for him to win a league title over that Pep team says a lot about him and what he's able to do. So look, Mourinho, and he's under the Man United job. We always say it. Man United fans will never admit it, because they say he ruined the club. He wanted to sell Martial and Rashford, but he brought stability in terms of bringing trophies back to a club that stopped winning trophies. Do you get what I'm saying? Winning the Europa League and the league.
I do think there's something about him that people are not happy with, innit? It is. I don't know, man. Like, you can't get far in life without pissing people off in it.
Yeah,
And obviously he's just got a knack for pissing people off, and obviously he enjoys pissing people off as well, innit? So we have to give him his respects to that whole man, that strip there. I read that. All right, that first Premiership win, Charlotte. How was that for you? Is that the best one? Is that the best one out of all of them?
I always think the first win is always going to be one to remember. It's always going to be that one that stands out. I mean, in my opinion, is it the best one? Probably not. But it's the one that I remember the most, the one that stands out to me. It's the first one. Like the first is always going to make a difference to how you see it. It's always like, no matter how many ones you win, that first one it gives you that feeling, like it's the emotion and the feeling that you can't get back because it's the first time you've ever done it. It is always great when you win a second or a third, but the emotion, the passion, the way the players played in that first Premiership win is completely different to anything else, and you won't get that feeling back. But the first Premiership win, I think, is definitely one to remember. You can't unforget it. It's a moment in time, I feel.
Yeah, I agree with that. Prime, is it the best one?
It's the first one. I don't know if it's the best per se. I mean, with one we won under Ancelotti, we did that in style. One we won under Conte was also done in style. So best one, no. But it's the greatest one because it's the first.
Daniel.
Yeah, I think I agree with Prime. When I look back at some of the ones we won, I'd even say I preferred the Mourinho's third one over his first two, just because of the way with the players we had then, like the Hazards, the Costas. I just preferred those players. However, the first one, definitely a great one because it's the feeling of the first one. The first one, you can never, like, it's like, yeah, we're here now. We've finally arrived kind of thing. And we know that we're going to do more. Do you get what I'm saying? So the first one was definitely a great one, man. Especially in his first season as well. First year, to do it in your first year is always the hardest thing. So, yeah, man.
All right. Let's get on to Champions League. Let's talk about which came first. The win came first before the loss, didn't it?
The loss came before the win.
So the John Terry loss came before the win.
Yeah, John Terry lost 2008. Then the win was 2012.
Okay,
Don't call it that. Don't call it that.
The John Terry.
That's what you remembers it by, isn't it?
I mean, that's how people remember things. Like, I remember that Arsenal losing the final because of, I don't even know actually. No, there was just too many things why we lost.
Lehmann.
Yeah, Lehmann getting sent off in like the first 5 minutes.
Henry missing chances.
The keeper should have saved both of their goals as well. So it's just mad. It was mad. So John Terry, did you think he was going to win that one? Charlotte first.
I mean, the John Terry, the slip was poor. Like, I mean, it happens. Like, the grass was wet. You happen, you slip. Like, every player could do it. Like, we can't blame someone. Like, we can blame him, but like, it's not specific for him. But I mean, a slip's a slip. I mean, I was gutted when I saw it. I was literally, my heart was in my stomach. I was like, oh, no, like it was a shame. But he redeemed himself,
Yeah.
And what can you say to that when a player wants to redeem himself that much? You've got to respect. He had Chelsea at heart, and he redeemed himself. So I can't really complain about him.
Prime. Did you think he was going to win that final?
No.
Really?
I'll be honest. I had more belief that we would win. Like when we won it in 2012, playing Barcelona both legs.
No way.
No. I've said it before. I'm honestly not lying. I knew we'd go through against Barca, and I wasn't worried against Bayern Munich.
No, but you can't say you had more faith in Bayern Munich in the Bayern Munich one than the United one. No way.
Yeah, I did because No, because Man United are Man United back then, and there was fear with Man United. With
I don't
Bayern
know,
Munich,
man.
the
I
injuries
remember
that we had out and
thinking,
everything.
I thought you
for
lot was going
me-
to win that game. I thought you was going to win that one.
Yeah, but with the injuries we had against Bayern Munich, for me, it was a thing of, you know what? If it's ever going to happen, it has to happen now.
Yeah.
It was a thing of like destiny or whatever. I can't really describe it, but like I wasn't. It was just this feeling that we were just going to do it, and you know, going 1-0 down late on in the game should have been over. Getting that header from Drogba, going into
Yeah.
extra time, Drogba giving away a penalty, then winning on penalties, vindicating what we did against Moscow, losing it on penalties was just
Yeah.
brilliant.
Fair enough. Daniel?
Yeah, no, I definitely have to disagree with Prime. When you look at the balance of the game, and the thing is, I will never ever forget this game. Like this game lives in my head, like play by play. I know everything that happened. First half, we started a bit slow. Ronaldo scored early, but after the first, I'd say from half an hour, 30 minutes in, we dominated the rest of the game. Second half, first half of extra time, we had the chances. Obviously, Man United had the chance where John Terry heads it on the line, which was a very, very good chance. But we had chance upon chance in that game. Like we had chances to kill that game off. Obviously, Drogba getting the red card affected us a lot as well in terms of the balance of the game, because Drogba would have taken the penalty that John Terry actually took in that game. But at the end of the day, look, people forget Cristiano Ronaldo also missed a penalty in that shootout. And if we had just scored that, that would have been what that game would have been defined by. Ronaldo, best player in the world, missing a penalty in the Champions League final. Like that would have been huge. Do you get what I'm saying? So, and look, Chelsea, I know Man United had that fear factor, but Chelsea were a powerhouse as well them times. We had Ballack, Essien, Lampard, Carvalho, John Terry. We had serious players, like serious players. And if you look at it man for man, I'd lean towards our team as well, like man for man. Like the thing about the United teams with Alex Ferguson, they were efficient and stuff like that. But it wasn't necessarily about the talent. Obviously, they did have talented ballers, especially in attack. They had Tevez, Rooney, Ronaldo. But the midfield, they had guys like Fletcher, Carrick. I mean, they're ballers, but I mean, Ballack, Lampard, Essien, these are powerhouses, like household names. So yeah, man, I really expected us to win, especially with the way the game panned out. But I mean, it wasn't meant to be.
All right, let's talk about JT. Now, I think this one's a bit frustrating for everyone because of the talent of the guy. Like, you know, probably up there with being the greatest English player, greatest captain, definitely probably Chelsea's best player ever. Charlotte, let's start with you. How did you feel? I mean, at the time, it was just a bit okay. You could take it whichever way you want to take it, but coming out now again after the documentary, how has it made you think worse of John Terry? Have your feelings towards him changed?
Do you know what? This situation really gets under my skin a little bit because this man is being racist. He got a fine. He got to pay I think it was like £220,000, and he had a 4-match ban for being I'm sorry, and he lost his captain's ban. Boo hoo. That's it. And like his reputation hasn't been deterred. People still are like, oh yeah, John Terry, but the man made a racist slur. Like you can say people can get better, but he still made that racist slur, and he should. I personally feel like he should have been held accountable for it. Like the FA said that it wasn't like they couldn't decide it. It was on video, like you could see him saying it. I don't care under what perspective, you don't say them kind of words ever. Like that's how I feel. Like personally, like I think it's disgusting that like we're in this day and age. And like we're still dealing with it. Like it's bang out of order. Like we're all human beings. And what? Doesn't matter color, religion, what. Like if you're a part of the LGBTQ community, it doesn't care at all. Like, I don't care if you're nice to me. I'm nice to you back. If you respect me, I respect you back. That's it. Like how he got away with that blows my mind because I feel like the FA should have held him accountable a lot more than what they did.
100%. Prime. Is he there? Prime.
Yeah. My thing with
let's go to Daniel and come back to Prime. Go on, Daniel.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, no, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing.
Daniel, you speak. You speak.
Yeah, I'll go quickly. Yeah, no, I couldn't have said it any better myself than Charlotte. I think for me, I've always been, even before the documentary, I kind of knew the facts of it.
Yeah.
I'll always say, look, John Terry, the player, fantastic, great for our club, great servant to our club, did all the things you would want in a player for a football team. But in terms of the person, can't really rate him. If I had the opportunity, I'd say it to his face. I'd have no qualms about saying that really and truly what you've been remembered for, what you've done as a person.
Yeah.
Like I don't align with that. Do you get what I'm saying? Even with the Wayne Bridge stuff, I mean, it was funny at the time. I was young at the time. It was funny that people laughed about it. But as I grew up older, I deeped what he did was really, really out of order. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's actually a bit nuts. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, exactly. Do you get what I'm
the
saying?
worst thing is people were still like getting onto Bridge about it and that.
No, Bridge had to leave the club. Do you know that's how funny it is? Like, Bridge actually had to leave. And yeah, man, look, so John Terry, look, as the player, great player, but
so far.
the person, yeah, the person is not really the greatest, man. Can't even lie to you.
Oh yeah, no, I respect that. All right, let's get onto the fans. Like obviously this is a bit weird now because I've got you three, and you seem to be like, oh, had you three? It's only got you two now. You seem to be level-headed, smart and that, but I don't know, man. Like sometimes I see some of the stuff that some fans come out with. They love their club, so they're gonna boost up the players and stuff like that. But there's also been things like, was it you guys playing PSG with the guy? You lot was in France, and there was the guy that was trying to get on the train, or was he trying to get off the train?
Yeah,
and trying to get on the train. Yeah,
and the Chelsea fans. So obviously, I've been to Chelsea four times. I've been to Stamford Bridge 4 times, so I know what the Chelsea fans are like, innit? What is your experience with Chelsea fans? Because I know they're a bit, I wouldn't say they're on Millwall's level, but they have Millwall tendencies. Charlotte,
I think there is a majority of fans that support this team and are like have the utmost respect and support other people when they do, like other fans when they're doing good shit and all that. Like, but there is a minority of fans that absolutely disgust me and absolutely don't deserve to be Chelsea fans and don't even deserve to call themselves a Chelsea fan, because I don't want to be related to someone who A, makes anti-Semitic chants, B, is a racist, C, like anything to do with that, like, or if you're sexist, like anything like that, anyone that's going to be discriminative in any point way, I don't want anything to do with them. And you get these minority who, like the France incident is it didn't need to happen. Like, why did it need to happen? Like, you don't need to do it, but you are, like, it's unnecessary. Like we're in the 21st century. Like, man, I can't, it frustrates me because I can't process it. It doesn't seem normal to me. So I don't understand it and how you can get away with it. Like, and I don't get how it can come out your mouth. So that's where I get frustrated, because I'm like, just why? like there's no need. Like I personally think that any Chelsea fan caught making like a sexist, racist, anti-Semitic chant, like anything of that sort, banned for life. Done.
Daniel. Yeah, it's just mad. It's mad. I mean, I'm just picking on your fans, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. Yeah, but there's racists for every team. I don't care what anyone says. I've been to Arsenal and heard Arsenal fans call someone the French this, the French that. When we used to play Spurs, and they had, what was their left back? Was he Chinese? The left back that they had, or right back? He could play either left back or right back, and they used to shout DVD and stuff like that to him. So it's there in every club in it, but I don't know. I wouldn't want to be walking down the back streets when I see Chelsea fans. Daniel, what do you feel, Daniel? Your fans just the same as everybody else?
No, I definitely say I agree with both of you. Like, there's the minority of fans, of Chelsea fans, that definitely have those tendencies to be racist, to be sexist, to have really nasty remarks. But also, every club has those minorities. It's just that, I mean, for Chelsea, it's just highlighted a bit more, just because it is a white majority club that's backed by white fans. So I think it's becoming more diverse though. When I go to games now, it's much more diverse than it used to be. And really and truly, I mean, I've been to a couple of games and I've had the nicest of experiences when I go to Chelsea. I've actually never had a racist experience being a part of Chelsea. It's been more with other clubs. Like when I go to Chelsea, I mean, my fondest memory is the first game I ever went to, and a guy, he actually took me under his wing. Like, he taught me chants. He bought me a couple drinks, bought me snacks. Like, he made me feel at home. Do you get what I'm saying? So
be careful with them. Be careful.
Nah.
Don't talk to strangers in that way.
Nah, he was a cool guy, man, and he was with all my guys anyway. So if one of us was going down, everyone was going down. You get what I'm saying?
I hear that.
But nah, it was so yeah, man. It's one of them ones where it's just, I mean, it's sad to say, but it's a part of football now. But we're obviously on our way to a place where we're trying to obviously eradicate everything. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's only going to take time. So we just got to keep going, innit?
Trust Prime, you got anything to say? Don't know. Prime might be dead. I'm not sure, man. Prime's having trouble as well. All right, because I'm worried that everybody's got places to go, people to see, things to do in their house, because you can't leave your house. But all right, what we're gonna do to make it a bit easier, there's 3 of you. I'll give you. How do you divide? I'll take 2 players, and then I'll give you 3 each. So I'll start with the goalkeeper. Obviously, I'm gonna pick Petr Cech because obviously he played for Arsenal as well, but he's a legend. Courtois had a shout, but obviously he didn't win as much as obviously nowhere near as much as
we don't even rate him anyway.
You don't even rate him.
Yeah.
There we go. Petr Cech. I'll do the right back I'll do the left back to make it easier. I'm gonna go. Who am I gonna go with? Guess who I'm gonna go with?
It's easy. Oh, Cashley.
Yeah. Cashley Cole.
Yes.
So there we go. Charlotte, you put your 3 cents in now.
So we've got centre backs Terry and Carvalho, and right back Ivanovic.
Cool. So Terry, Carvalho, and Van. No. Oops. Yeah. Daniel, give me three players. So you could do 3 in midfield, and then Prime can give us the 3 up top.
A quick word on Ivanovic. The funny thing about Ivanovic, is that I didn't even know when we bought him. I just saw him play. I see this guy in the lineup against Liverpool, and then he scores two headers. And I'm thinking, who is this guy? Like,
he was centre back, weren't he? And
he was a centre back first, didn't it?
Yeah. Then he got moved to right back.
Yeah, he got moved to right back. So Ivanovic is hidden gem. I do think in the long run, Reece James has the chance to take Ivanovic.
Yeah. Agreed.
But Ivanovic definitely holds that right back spot, man. He was dominant, man, for especially moving from centre back to right back. He was solid. 3 midfielders. Ooh, this is tough, man. It's tough.
You know what? Prime's disappeared, so I want to take 1 midfielder, just to mess up you lot's day, I'm gonna put Fabregas in there. Then you lot can go after that. I gotta put Fabregas in there.
Cool. I'll do 2 midfielders and 1 winger.
Yeah.
Fabregas, Kante. Look, it was a tough one between Kante and Makelele. Makelele coined
Kante over Makelele.
The reason why you have to go with Kante is because Kante was the best in his position. Still is the best in his position.
Yeah.
Even at this present moment.
You know what? Yeah. I think Makelele invented the position.
No, he did. And granted, he did.
But he was. I think Kante
took it to another level, man. I'm sorry.
He's a bit quicker.
Yeah. And the thing about Kante is, like, one thing I think he's actually underrated for is he can actually dribble to an extent. Like
Yeah,
he's
he
got
can. No, he can. He can.
yeah,
He can.
he's got
Yeah,
he's
he
got the
can.
second most dribbles in our team, second most completed dribbles in our team this season as well. And he's playing the lone DM role, like a role that for a long time many Chelsea fans and other fans thought he couldn't play. He needed someone beside him, but he's proven that he can play that role.
Who had
And
him? Who had him trying to be box to box like a bit forward? Was it Sari or was it?
Sorry first, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, just it's like yeah. I can see it though because he's got that energy, so it makes sense. It would have just been the passing in it that you would have been worried about.
Yeah.
So we've got Fabregas and Kante. So Kante's holding Fabregas. Bit
And
further
then Lampard.
forward. You can't leave out Lamps.
I mean,
So
yeah, it's too easy.
No.
Lampard.
Cool.
Some people's greatest player ever. I mean, there's not much to say about Lampard, our manager right now. Great player. One winger. I will go with. It's tough. Do you know? I'm gonna make it easy for myself. Eden Hazard, man. Hazard is definitely.
You know what? It's Chelsea fans are gonna hate me, yeah, but I wouldn't have put Hazard in there.
No, Hazard is there, man, for what he did, especially because this is my genuine belief. I don't know if Charlotte seems the same feelings, but I honestly believe we never ever built, even in the times we won the league, we never ever built the perfect team for Hazard to thrive.
Yeah,
he did so much for us, and he never actually. Imagine Hazard in the team we have now. Like the fluidity with Ziyech, Pulisic. Imagine Hazard with these players. Like we'd be unstoppable. I'm sorry, man. We'd be crazy in it. So
I've said this before. We relied on Hazard. Hazard was a one-man team. We relied on him so much. When we didn't have him, if he was injured when we didn't have him, the team was an absolute mess. Hazard, we relied on him so much. And when he left, we all saw what happened. You all saw, we crumbled.
It looks like you got a better deal out of it, to be fair. Based on the way things are going now with injuries and contribution.
It's unfortunate, man. I actually wanted him to really do well at Real Madrid.
Yeah, FA everyone did, to be fair, because it's what he wanted in it to finally get that big move.
And when players deserve that big move as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, innit?
Yeah.
I always say that with Cesc, he deserved the Barcelona move, so he was one person that you can never be annoyed with, innit?
Yeah.
So we've got Hazard, got 2 places left. Charlotte.
I mean, I think I'd stick to probably Zola and Drogba.
Yeah,
he's back. Oh, 1 second. Are you back, Prime?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay, Prime is back. Yeah. So Prime, we
disagrees.
We've got Cech, Cole, Terry, Carvalho, Ivanovic, Fabregas, Kante, Lampard, and Hazard. So you've got 2 places left. Who are you giving them to? Charlotte was going to give them to Zola and Drogba, but because we want you to have a say, who are you going to give them to?
Ooh. Drogba and Zola, but Anelka gets a shout.
Okay, so honourable mention for Anelka, which I think Anelka is one of the most underrated players as well. Especially his Chelsea days and coming back at an older age as well.
I'm so sure he won the Golden Boot at Chelsea as well.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
I think he's what people perceived him having an attitude problem and stuff. He was just so misunderstood. I don't know if you guys have seen the Anelka thing on Netflix.
Yeah.
I just thought,
I wish it went into more detail, man. I needed more detail.
They couldn't though, man, because people would have it was just. I think it would have been. I think we got enough in it to know in it because I think the thing that I wanted to know more about was the whole France thing in it.
Yeah.
Because, they
blamed him. A lot of people blamed him.
They blamed him in it, but a lot of the players were moving a bit moist in it. They backed him in the end, but it was a lot deeper, man. It was a lot deeper.
Yeah.
All right. So what we're just gonna finish up with is where do you guys? Are you Frank in first? Are you Frank in or out first? And then where do you guys think you're gonna finish? So we'll start with Charlotte.
I'm Frank in 1,000,000%. I feel like Chelsea players have this issue where they decide to not like Frank's the first player that's not experienced that's come to this. Not like he's had a couple like season at Derby. He's done 3 years of managing, and the fact is he got us Champions League last season. Like, as far as I'm concerned, right this season, from where we started this season to now, we've had more control and possession. We're actually starting to look like a team, and we can't just click our fingers and expect trophies. That's not how it works. It takes time. Like, I know that's awful to say, but like Chelsea fans don't have patience. Like, this is a different style. Like, we've brought in a manager that hasn't got much experience, and we've brought him in for the first time. We've actually done something the fans have kind of wanted.
Yeah.
And then the fans have turned on him. Like, just give the man time. Like, this is the Sarri thing all over again.
I think Chelsea fans have adopted. They've obviously adopted. What do you call it? Abramovich's his sort of personality and the things that he came and said, "I want trophies straight away." He pretty much got them straight away, and I think Chelsea fans have now thought, "Okay, you've done it before, so now they just expect you guys to win all the time now." Because obviously you haven't got the most money anymore, but you're probably the second richest club in the Premiership.
Exactly.
And I think that's the issue. They want trophies and they want them now. Daniel,
exactly.
Lampard in, out. Where do you think you're going to finish?
No, definitely Lampard in. I think anyone who's Lampard out is like you're not truly supporting the club. I've always said though in my analysis, I am a Chelsea fan before I am a Lampard fan. Of course,
100%.
Like if Lampard was doing what Arteta is currently doing, I'd be saying Lampard out. Definitely, no doubt about it. Like, and I wouldn't have any qualms about it just because he was a legend or anything like that. So yeah, but at the end of the day, look, we're still in the race for the rest. I think the title's done. Like, I just don't. Liverpool are just too good, man. If we're being honest with ourselves, obviously the banner will flow and all of that. But if we're being honest, it's the positions available are second to fourth, and that's what we should be aiming for. I think we should be aiming for second. Go on.
Do you not think we could have?
United?
Do you not think we could have like a 2016 where Leicester do one? Like, but I'm not saying it's Leicester, but we could have that.
It's definitely possible. But if you were to I even think we can challenge. If I wanted to be like very, very Chelsea about this, I'd say, oh yeah, we can definitely challenge. However, if you would put a gun to my head and ask me to choose and put money on a team, I'm 1000% putting money on Liverpool. And
do you know what? I just want Everton to win to annoy every single Liverpool fan that's come at me. Like, no one in particular, Rams. Like, but you know, I just want to like annoy every Liverpool fan like that's come at me being like, yeah, we won this. Like, Liverpool fans are so annoying. Like, I just want Everton to win now. Like, I want them to do a Leicester. But they're showing they could. If they continue
the thing
like
is,
the squad's not deep enough for.
The problem is, it's just because Leicester didn't have a deep squad, but you're not. I don't know. You might get a season again, but you're not going to get a season where you've got Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Leicester. Like, you've got 5 or 6 teams that you would need to be bad. Spurs, you need 6 or 7 teams now to be bad for you to sneak up. So it's a lot harder. But where do you think you're going to finish this season? First, Charlotte.
I want 3rd place. Don't want anything less.
Yeah, 3rd. Has to be 3rd. I even won the FA Cup as well. I can't even.
So who do you finish in second then?
No. I think we can finish second, but minimum we must get 3rd.
Okay.
I'd rather say 3rd, and if we get second, that's like, yes, that's good. Like, I don't believe we couldn't not get second, but I'd rather say 3rd and just keep myself like on a moral standard. Like, but I think we need a trophy. Having a trophy. I'm not saying I would like a trophy like the FA Cup or something, like just something like just to keep us going so the fans aren't.
Yeah, I agree with Daniel, the Chelsea there. They've got the squad depth. But at the moment, not good enough. I think you're probably a centre back away. I don't know, a striker. I think you're a striker away.
Yeah.
You think you're a striker away? Maybe. I don't know, but I think definitely a centre back away from
what Chelsea
really pushing. Yeah.
I think the funny thing is, I honestly think we can win the league with the back 5 we have. I think what we need to see is the progression. I want to see how we're playing next year to really know what we need in it. Because in my opinion, our first 11 is good enough. We just need to see if Werner can start banging in goals. You get what I'm saying? We need to see if Pulisic can stay fit. We need to see if Ziyech can obviously stay fit. I always say availability is the best ability. Do you get what I'm saying? And
but I think if we had Werner playing in his right position,
exactly,
we wouldn't have as much. I'm not saying there wouldn't be an issue, but we'd have less of an issue because Werner, when he played against Southampton, 2 goals because he was in his right position. He's not in his right position now. Yeah, exactly.
Right position, penalty win, like all the time.
Yeah, I think
when he's not in position, he's very uncomfortable, and he looks it. He doesn't look comfortable in his position, and I think that's the problem you can have.
I said it to you yesterday. He's trying to keep people happy because.
But I don't. But I said to you yesterday, I don't want Bambi and Ice.
Yeah,
I don't want Bambi and Ice. Like I don't want Bambi and Ice. Like I don't want him to be like keeping Bambi on ice. But he can take Bambi on ice, chuck him back on ice, and send him like push him over to the other side.
Yeah, I think Tammy is good enough to be a second choice striker, not our first choice though.
Yeah, can he get any better?
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying if you were to compare Werner to Abraham, I think you should be looking to keep Werner happier than Abraham, personally, in my opinion. Because Werner, we didn't pay all this money and bring him over for no reason to try and keep Abraham happy. I'm sorry, Werner is the better player tactically and precision-wise. He's much better. And the fact that we're trying to keep Abraham happy over Werner kind of annoys me a little bit because that's where I think mistakes are being made.
I think it's not just Abraham, it's Giroud as well. Like you've got to keep your backups happy. If they do put Werner in there, then it frees up someone on the left. But at the moment, with injuries and stuff, it means you're going to force someone to play there that I think he's probably better suited to play in there than most in your team.
It'll be interesting to see who starts on Saturday, to be honest. Because I know he's going to put Werner on the wing again if he starts, which is going to be annoying. But I mean, like we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's got that ability to come in from the left and score in it. Thank you, Football United, there for subscribing. Prime, are you alive?
His internet is a bit.
Oh, man's got the dial-up internet, innit? You're right there.
Hello?
Nah, you sounded a bit mad. Are you in England?
Yo.
I don't even know. Like, I think Prime's in another country. To be fair,
I mean, I think he is in Ireland.
He's actually in Ireland. You know what? Yeah, this is how funny this is. Yeah.
I'm in England.
Oh, he's in England. He's in England.
But he's from Ireland, though, isn't he?
I think so.
Prime, can you hear us?
Yes
or no? Because me and my missus, were having an argument yesterday. I was like, this guy is not Irish, and she was like, he's Irish. I know he's Irish. She's like, yeah, my granddad's Irish, and I was like, this guy isn't Irish. And now you've just said that, I look like an idiot because the guy's Irish.
And you hear me?
Nah, you're moving mad. You're sounding like R2D2 and that, man.
Oh, damn.
All right. So obviously, Prime is not here. He's no longer with us. I wanted to get his views. He's gonna have to just text us what he thinks, man. Well, I think Prime thinks they're gonna finish third. And I think he's Lamparded, having spoken to him. But everybody, thank you so much for coming on. And obviously, we changed what we were supposed to do. We were supposed to do the under 23s, the best under 23s. But I spoke to Charlotte yesterday. I knew that Daniel wanted to be on today, or said he would be on today, and I knew I had Prime as well. So it happened that you're all Chelsea fans, so it just made sense to turn it into. I see. This guy's killing me. I see. I just turned it into a Chelsea show. So again, thank you for those who've subscribed. Anybody else watching, please go like and subscribe. Turn the notifications off. Please, Charlotte, tell us where we can find you.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Charl_strong.
Daniel, tell us where we can find you, sir.
All my content, Eyes on the Ball TV. That's where you want to be.
Thank you so much. And Prime just says, Gunner, you are right. Third, and he wants a trophy as well. So
Yeah.
let's hope you guys get what you want, because we're not challenging for the top 6. So please just make sure that Spurs don't win any trophies, and I'll be more than happy. So again, guys, thank you for coming on the show, and speak to you all soon.